Welcome in, everybody. Today's deep dive takes us all the way to Mytilene, Greece, to explore this really cool art center called Lefko Harti.
Ooh, I love Greece.
Oh yeah, you've been.
Yeah, years ago, incredible place. What about this art center? What's got you so interested?
Well, their website and some announcements for events they've been doing just grabbed my attention, and the name itself is fascinating, Lefko Harti.
Okay, yeah. What's that mean?
It translates to blank canvas. Immediately made me think about that whole tabula rasa thing from Aristotle.
Oh, yeah, right. The mind is a blank slate, just waiting to be molded by all those experiences we have.
Exactly. And I think that's what Lefko Harti is getting at with the name. That idea of a blank slate being like a jumping off point for all sorts of creativity.
Interesting. So give us the rundown. What exactly is Lefko Harti? What goes on there?
So from what I've gathered, it's this multi-use art center, and they really do a bit of everything. Exhibitions, workshops, educational programs, you name it. But they're not just for artists. They cater to all ages, kids, and adults.
Oh, cool. A real community space, then.
That's the vibe I get, yeah. But what really stood out to me is their focus on experiential learning. Really getting folks involved and engaged.
Yeah, I get that. Instead of just listening to someone talk about art, you're actually doing it, experiencing it firsthand. Makes a big difference.
Huge. It's like that saying, tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, but involve me and I learn.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And that's precisely what they do at Lefko Harti. They make learning an immersive experience. But it goes deeper than just art, right?
Right. They're not just focused on teaching people how to paint or sculpt. They're about something bigger, creating a space where people can express themselves, learn new things, and connect with others. A real cultural hub.
And that sense of community, especially now when everyone feels so disconnected, I think that's so valuable.
Absolutely. And for kids especially, speaking of which, their children's programs are something else.
Oh yeah, let's talk about those. The thing that really impressed me is how much emphasis they put on supporting kids' mental well-being.
Yeah.
Each program is crafted with that in mind.
It's more than just keeping kids busy. It's about helping them grow and thrive emotionally and socially. They have this program for toddlers called Little Hands. It's all about messy play, textures, colors, sounds, really engaging those senses.
I can just imagine little ones covered in finger paint having a blast.
Exactly. It's that pure joy of discovery and, they're learning through it.
Learning through play, a concept that's unfortunately lost in some places. What about for older kids? What do they offer?
They've got little artists for the preschool set, leans more into storytelling, crafts, role-playing, really sparks the imagination.
Play as a tool for learning, that's brilliant. Are there programs for kids who need a bit more structure, though?
Definitely. They've got exploration workshops for the 4 to 8-year-olds. It's inspired by the Reggio Emilia approach to education.
I've heard of that. Isn't that the one where the child is at the center of their learning?
Exactly. It's about creating an environment where kids are encouraged to explore, discover, question things. And Lefko Harti does a great job of this. They use all kinds of hands-on activities, light tables, natural elements, art supplies, just amazing stuff.
Sounds like a far cry from sitting at a desk all day filling out worksheets.
Absolutely. They're teaching those critical thinking skills, collaboration, problem solving. It's about setting them up for success in life.
Love that. And, that learning shouldn't be confined to just one type of space.
Totally. Like their When Books Come to Life program, they're bringing stories to life, letting kids experience them through movement, sound, visuals. It's like stepping into the pages of a book.
It's making learning an adventure. I can't help but think, though, do we as adults lose a bit of that sense of play and wonder as we get older? Do we forget how to learn that way?
It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind, for sure. But Lefko Harti recognizes that adults need those outlets, too. They offer a whole range of programs for grown-ups, too.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, sometimes you just need an outlet, Get back to that creative side we all have. And that's what Lefko Harti does so well with these adult programs. It's like rediscovering something you thought you'd lost.
It's giving yourself permission to play again.
That's a great way to put it. And they offer so many different things. Painting, pottery, writing, you name it.
I saw they even had a creative dance program. I wonder, do you think adults have more of a mental block when it comes to moving expressively compared to kids?
It's funny you should say that because I think a lot of adults do. We get so self-conscious, worried about how we look. But that's the beauty of dance. It's about letting go of all that and just moving freely.
It's about feeling the music, right?
Yeah.
Connecting with your body.
Absolutely. And their program provides a safe space for people to do that. No judgment, just pure expression.
I noticed they also have workshops focused on culture and psychology. Seems like they're taking a more holistic approach to well-being.
Yeah, they really understand that creativity isn't just about art. It's tied to our mental health, our personal growth, all of that.
They even offer programs for parents and educators, don't they?
They do. It's all about equipping them with the tools to nurture creativity in kids, passing that torch to the next generation.
I love that. Speaking of passing the torch, I was really intrigued by their partnership with K-Gold Temporary Gallery. They did this whole series of workshops centered around photographer Anne Morgenstern's exhibition, Power Love.
Oh, yeah. I love Morgenstern's work. It's powerful stuff.
Right, body image, identity, challenging societal norms. How does that tie back into the whole blank canvas concept, do you think?
Well, if you think about it, a blank canvas represents endless possibilities. And that's what Morgenstern is doing in a way. She's challenging us to question those preconceived notions about beauty, identity, all of it, to redefine them on our own terms.
Like, we're all given this blank canvas, and it's up to us to decide what we paint on it.
Exactly.
Now, tell me about that Xeno Festival collaboration, the petrified forest, as a metaphor for collision.
Pretty unique concept, right? It's like you have these trees frozen in time by lava.
And you wouldn't think something so destructive could create something so beautiful.
That's the point. It's about seeing the potential for growth even in those moments of conflict.
I loved how they incorporated all these different activities in that workshop. Movement, music, art, all of it coming together to help kids understand these really complex ideas.
Again, making learning an adventure. The kids got to make their own fossil sculptures.
Hands-on, engaging, just brilliant. I think Lefko Harti is setting a really great example for other arts organizations out there.
I agree. They're fostering this love of learning, this belief that creativity can change the world. But you know what else is inspiring?
What's that?
The woman behind it all, Mari Musaizi, the founder of Lefko Harti.
Yeah, we touched on her a bit earlier, but I want to dig a little deeper, you know what I mean? This woman clearly has a vision.
Oh, yeah. She's deeply passionate about creating this space where everyone feels like they belong, a real community, and she gets how art can connect people.
Like she's not just running an art center, she's starting a movement.
Yeah, it's a shift toward creativity, inclusivity, all of that.
Which circles back to that idea of the blank canvas, right? It's not just about the potential each person has.
Right.
It's about Lefko Harti as a whole.
Exactly. Always evolving, growing, changing, just like a blank canvas.
And everyone who comes to Lefko Harti is invited to be a part of that process, right?
That's what makes it so special. It's not just some top-down organization. It's a real partnership between Lefko Harti and the community.
It's like tabula rasa in action. Every single person who walks through those doors, they can leave their mark.
I love that. Think about it, a kid discovering finger paints for the first time, or an adult, picking up a paintbrush after years of thinking they weren't creative.
It all adds to the story of Lefko Harti.
It's like a tapestry weaving together all these different experiences.
And that energy, that shared passion, that's what makes this place so much more than just an art center.
It's like a beacon of hope in a world that sometimes feels like it's falling apart,
I know exactly what you mean. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a question. Imagine you're walking into Lefko Harti for the first time. What's the energy like? What do you feel? What would you create?
Because Lefko Harti is more than a location. It's a feeling, an invitation to embrace the possibilities.
It's about pushing those boundaries, exploring your own potential.
Exactly. And maybe even inspiring others along the way.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
And remember, no matter where you are, you have a blank canvas waiting to be filled. Go out there and create something amazing. We'll see you next time.